Help! Help! I'm being attacked by a cherry blossom tree! Oh! In the Peace Square in London, Tavistock Square, just south of it's whistly windy, Euston Station. There's a cherry blossom tree, not this kind, the real pale pink one, it's the bigger flowers. This actually may be a fruit tree, I think, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's ornamental. For peace, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. There's something about cherry blossom tree, and there's on the 6th of August we turn up there in London, you know, and do a little, there's Gandhi in the centre and so on, and various other bits and bobs around. I go and sit there by this tree, and on the 6th, it's Hiroshima and Nagasaki Day, that I remember 2 years ago maybe now, but there was a lady, Japanese, just praying just there with float. I think she was in the crook of the tree, actually. I seem to remember rather, she sort of, you know, it was a huge event in their lives in Japan. But we, the West, used the nuclear bomb, didn't we? Why should anyone be dictated to by anyone else? And the Americans and the British, we all have the nuclear deterrence, but we don't hear much about it anymore, do we? You know, it's not like an issue. It's sort of more or less gone quiet. People accept it. Mad, a mutually assured destruction. Well, many a time have I sat in that square. There used to be something called the Peace Pledge Union, started by a chap called David Shepherd. 1935 or so, before the Second World War. Ensley Street, number 6 it was, smooth. There's a lady who stands in Bristol for peace. That's the older lady I mentioned earlier, but she's a teacher, former teacher, 80s now. And she always stands there in the main centre of Bristol, with a big placard bearing witness. If we all turned the other cheek and every single hair on the head of your fellow man was precious and special, there could be no war, could there? But somehow, you know, the wingle and wangle, the old churches, Church of England, yeah, approve of killing, don't you? Yeah. Well, then you can't be a Christian church, can you? You can't have it both ways. Amphibolus converted Alban to Christianity, and once Alban, he was the Roman centurion, once Alban knew Christ, of course he couldn't be doing with being a centurion anymore. You don't want Christians in your army, because they won't kill. You can't, if you're a Christian, you can't kill. This beautiful old gentleman I met at King's Lynn. My father fought in the Royal Norfolks, King's Lynn. Old boy's in one of those charity thingies, rheumatoid arthritic hands. 84 when I met him, but at the age of 17 in 1943 he was a Red Beret sent out there to kill people. They said, come into the church and pray first, and he said, no, I won't go in. He saw me and came up to me. He had to say this to me. You simply cannot kill, to the point of death. The early Christians were martyred. They did not retaliate with violence, for heaven's sake. Hence why the Church of England is a false. But you don't want to hear that, do you guys? You know, you don't want to hear that. They don't, do they? I like my cherry blossom tree. Yes, yes, yes.